What's up, people? It's Clown Fighter here. Today I'm just going to be having a look at Deontay Wilder and where he's at in his career, and how he's obviously stating in a recent interview he now wants a body on his record again. Now, I'm going to have a look at a few things, guys. I want to get inside the mind of Deontay Wilder. As we know, guys, the card in December, he was set to fight Joseph Parker, and Anthony Joshua was set to fight Otto Wallin. On that card, if he did beat Joseph Parker, we would have got Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. Wilder lost that fight, and he lost badly. He didn't really land any punches, and he just got outclassed by Joseph Parker. Now, I'm going to show you a few things today, guys. I want to show you where Deontay Wilder's head at, what he's actually saying now, what he wants to do. He's saying he wants a body on his record. He said this once before, so we need to have a look. Is Deontay Wilder back? Is he has the old Deontay Wilder come back, or is this new Deontay Wilder? Is he just putting up a front just for the money day? He just wants a payday. So I'm gonna look at a few things, guys. Come at it from a few different angles, and I'm gonna show you a few different insights, just to see where Deontay Wilder is at today. So I'm gonna show you this interview, and then I'll go through the rest of the things. So,
Parsons for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate and live on the Zone. Deontay Wilder.
First thing I noticed, guys, Deontay Wilder these days looks very happy, guys. He's always smiling. He seems very happy. As you guys probably know, well, you may not know, he's done a lot of these ayahuasca retreats. Now, I will show you what that is in a while, guys. He's been over the last couple of years anyway, he's been working on his mind. For me personally, I think he had got affected very badly from the 3 defeats from Tyson Fury, and he's obviously been working on his mental mindset, but fortunately in his last fight it didn't help him. So let's just carry on. But he does seem very happy and jolly these days. But one thing I want to point out here, guys, is just notice Deontay Wilder's eyes, guys. I'm going to show you a few other examples and a few other interviews as well, but for me, guys, Deontay Wilder's eyes, it's almost like, I don't have to explain it, guys. They look well rested, but at the same time, they don't. I can see some, it almost looks like he's got eye bags under his eyes. This is one thing I picked up, guys, and I want to show you a few of his past interviews, just to compare where he's at today. Like, he's calm in his demeanor in most of this interview, but it is something I'm picking up. Is he taking something, or is he on something? Is he high, guys? Is he on the ayahuasca stuff? I'm guessing it's the ayahuasca stuff. But just look at the eyes, guys. It almost looks like that killer is not in Deontay Wilder anymore. It's like it's been seeped out of his soul, slowly drained out. He's saying, I want a body on my record. And he's saying it again. But how true is it, guys?
You said something yesterday at the press conference. This is the different Deontay Wilder back. Back out in Saudi Arabia, not yourself. You feel that you've got that spike back in you now?
Man. You know, the last one was a blessing in disguise.
Okay.
And I think I thought I had things figured out. And, you know, when you think you have things figured out and you go through something else, and you never thought, if, you know, things, you probably think things ain't put together as you thought it were, until you realize when you get into a fight like, dang, that's a little bit more.
Deontay Wilder and how he was traumatized, guys, over the years. Through the 3 Tyson Fury fights, guys, he was traumatized, guys, and in my opinion, he couldn't get over those fights. There's a lot of evidence for it. I'll probably do a whole video on it at some point. There was a lot of evidence, man, where even after the second fight, or the second fight, he was like, he had something in his gloves. And then even after the last fight, he fired his trainer. I got spiked. I had water in I had this in my water, I had this, that. And then I think Fury tried to shake his hand as well after the third fight. He wasn't having it, guys. He didn't even shake Fury's hand. It's like a sore loser kind of vibe. And I think that affected his soul, guys. And he had to kind of rid himself and try and overcome himself through this ayahuasca stuff.
I feel like Wilder's done, yeah. He's been on
Wilder is 100% done. Yeah. Like that performance he put in, that wasn't just a bad night. That was a guy that you're looking at and you go, the fight has left you. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Have you heard of that ceremony, the ayahuasca ceremony, which makes your body release a chemical called dimethyltryptamine, known as DMT.
Dr. Foch,
once you've been on that ayahuasca ceremony, you've done that DMT.
Yeah.
you're a different person. You have a spiritual awakening. You're not a killer anymore.
He went from talking about putting people in body bags, didn't he? He's talking about putting people in body bags, to, like, you know, to saying how happy he was and how pleased he was to be here. We go, like you said, I think that for Wilder, that was what it was all about. That killer instinct, that killer mindset.
That was
definitely left him. Yeah, he was just happy to be there and happy to be a part of it. And
so unless he gets that back, he's bang in trouble.
Done, yeah.
He didn't look like he was punching very hard.
No.
His legs looked skinnier than usual.
He didn't look like he wanted to punch.
He just doesn't look like that fighting machine. And that may be because of the way Tyson Fury dragged him through 3 fights.
Yeah, that's right.
It takes a lot out of you.
Of course it does.
You leave a piece of you in that ring every time.
Yeah. I mean, look.
The ayahuasca stuff, guys, I can do a whole video on that. It's something I would do after you finish your boxing career, because while you're boxing, guys, he needs that spite. He needs that killer instinct to do what he does. The only thing I can look at Wilder physically as of right now, he's letting his hair grow out a little bit. Now that's not a big telltale sign, but he could be in the lab, guys. He could be going on that AJ mode, that lab rat mode. He's obviously questioning himself a little bit, but in my opinion, this is Deontay Wilder's last stand. If he doesn't show up in this fight, guys, and bring the heat to Zhang, in my opinion, he'll be over. As I said, just look at his eyes, guys. It just looks not the same. He looks very, very drained, or something's not right. But let's see what else he has to say.
And it's a blessing in disguise, because after that fight, I hit the ground running that Monday morning. And so, you know, I'm looking forward to displaying what I feel is here. I lost the love of boxing. You know, I lost the fire and desire in me.
So and now he's also just said, guys, he lost the fire of boxing. It wasn't in him. So at least he's being honest. He's saying, look, it wasn't in me. I lost the fire. As I said, guys, when you go on these ayahuasca peaceful retreats, they're teaching you how to let go of everything, all these past traumas and all these batterings you may have taken from Fury and other personal issues. They're not going to tell you to call that killer inside of you. When you let go of things like that, you're going to let go of you may even lose boxing as a love. If you don't have that passion for boxing anymore, guys, then there's no point being in the sport. But let's see what else he has to say.
What I'm excited about is that I'm working with people that want to see that monster, that want to see that killer, that won't judge me for saying I want to kill a man and put him on my record.
Okay, is that real or is this fake, guys? I did like what Deontay Wilder is saying here. It's just hard to know, is he saying this for the sake of it? But to me, the way he said that it felt a little bit authentic, guys. If he's bringing this Deontay Wilder back, that's spiteful. He just said he wants to work with the Saudis, guys. He wants to put a body on his record. He goes, the people that I'm working with want me to put a body on my record. So I like what he's saying, guys. I do like it. It's just you have to make the conclusion. Is he saying this for the sake of it? Is this just his last payday, or is he legitimately in this mindset? Because if Wilder is legitimately in this mindset he's saying, guys, it's going to be a dangerous fight for Zang. He will potentially knock Zang out. But if he's lying and he's putting on a show, I think Wilder's going to be finished. So let's just carry on.
Like the world has done me, you know, for their own various of reasons. But to be able to be with people like that and say, I want you to sell, I want you to bring that back. And everybody else want to see it back now. How I run it, that's just like when somebody died, you giving them their flowers now, finally. Sometimes I hate human beings. I can't stand the way they think and how they act, because they all follow each other like herds of sheep. But being able to do this, be with the Saudis, to bring that, you know, give me that green light and say, we want that killer back. Man, it's like the icing on the cake.
Personally, guys, based off of my expertise in body language reading, I don't think Wilder's lying here. I think he's actually legitimately saying he wants to bring that killer back. What he's just saying here, guys, I do get what he's saying. And for me, it does feel very authentic what Wilder is actually saying. I don't think he's lying. Now, if he goes back in the lab, look, the only thing I can say is eyes looked a bit droopy towards the start. But when he's talking now, the eyes are looking a bit more killer-esque, a little bit more. I do like the hair, guys. If he can continue the hair growth, Joshua style, I would like that. Maybe he's looked at Joshua and thought, yo, Joshua killed Ngannou. I need to kind of get my mindset in a similar way as Joshua. It's a good guy to look at. Look at Joshua. Look what Joshua did. You need to do the same thing if you want a chance to fight him, maybe. I'm not saying Wilder would beat Joshua. Right now, I think Joshua would kill him. But Wilder needs to search his soul in the killer way, guys. Let's carry on.
It's like a dream come true. And the things that I've been through, now it's time for me to be selfish. It's like the icing on the cake. It's like a dream come true.
That little eyebrow movement, guys, I have studied Wilder's previous interviews. This is authentic, guys. He wouldn't do that eyebrow movement if you were just saying stuff like this. He's done this in the past. I will show you one interview about when he said, I want a body on my record in the past. And I just want to see, has he actually got that killer back in him? Or is he still the ayahuasca peaceful Deontay Wilder? So let's just carry on.
And the things that I've been through, now it's time for me to be selfish. I've taken care of so many people. You know, I'm being selfless. Now it's time for me to look out for myself and do for myself. So I'm being selfish. So now, upon being selfish, the bronze bomber is back.
I don't know what he's talking about there, guys. Maybe it's something in his personal life or whatever. But now he's saying he wants to be selfish. He wants to put himself first. Maybe he's right, guys. Maybe he's right. Maybe he's, at the time all this is going on, he's been putting other things on first. I don't know. But he's saying the bronze bomber is back. We'll see. I do like what he's saying, guys. I'm giving this my objective view, guys. I'm not trying to be biased in any way. I'm looking at this from just a neutral point of view. I do like what he's saying. Do I believe what he's saying? It's hard for me to say that, but I do think it's authentic. And I will compare it to one interview done in the past, and I'll give you my say.
But we'll find out on June the 1st for sure.
Finally from me, Zhilei Zhang is the opponent. Just what do you think of him, and how does this fight go June the 1st in the Kingdom?
I got the utmost high respect for him. You know, he's a fighter. And I think he's a pretty good, damn good fighter as well. So I'm definitely going to have to be on be on my A game with him. You know, he understands what he's up against and what I bring, and I understand what I'm up against and what I offer and bring to the table as well. Two bangers. This is a good fight. This is an amazing fight, actually, and I'm looking forward to it. You know, I didn't do what I wanted to do last fight, so I owe the Saudi fans something. I owe them some excitement. I owe them a knockout. I owe them a great win. And I'm looking forward on June the 1st delivering that knockout for Matchroom 2 up, baby.
Deontay Wilder, thank you for speaking to us at the Stomping Ground. I see the venom in you, so we look forward to seeing that June the 1st. All the best. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.
Again, guys, what I would take from this interview personally is I did see a little bit of a change in what he was saying towards the end of the interview. That spitefulness, venomness. He was saying it, but you don't want to just use words, guys. You want to prove it in the ring. Now, he did say something about taking a body on his record, guys. He wants a body on his record now. The only interview we have, guys, where he said this was in the past. Now, I just want to look at his mindset at this time and just compare it to now and just see has he got that spite back? Because for me, guys, a mindset of a fighter is everything. That's how they're going to perform. If you look at AJ's mindset, when he wins, he just doesn't big himself up. He doesn't get too excited. He doesn't call people out. He just focuses on business and he does what he needs to do. But look at this other interview I have here, guys, and we'll compare it. So this was, guys, I think this was like 6 years ago now. It was a while ago, yeah. And this is when he was fighting Bernard Stavine, and he said he wanted a body on his record. So let's just watch this interview. Let's have a look at his demeanor. And this was before all the Fury stuff happened as well. This was a mindset of Wilder at that time that was very strong. Let's just watch it, and I want to just see if he's got that venom in his other new interview. And just
WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Deontay Wilder. This was an intense press conference, man, a little bit more than expected. The big moment, though, was when he looked over at you and said, "Do you fear for my life?" And you said that you do, and he said he didn't fear for yours. Is this fight really on that level? I mean,
this is the level of this fight. This is the funeral right here. It's just no casket yet. This fight right here, I will get a body on my record. I've been wanting one for a long time now anyway.
Did you just see how he just started off straight away, guys? How aggressive, how it's almost like he feels himself. He knows what he can do. He's not unsure of himself. There's no trauma here, guys. There's no ayahuasca It's focused on the fight game, and obviously he knocked out Stavine in this fight viciously as well. This is the best Wilder. If you can get Wilder in this mindset, he's a crazy Wilder. It's like Ben Davison with AJ. They put him through that dark room theory stuff. They got AJ's mind right. He's worked with a psychologist. Now, Deontay Wilder hasn't done that. He's tried to do it through the ayahuasca, the ayahuasca treatment. I don't think that's helped him in this thing. But just look at the difference on how he's speaking. Let me just carry on.
And what better opponent to do it with? So much pain, so much frustration, so much things that have been going on in my career. I want a body, and he gonna be the body.
Do you see how he says there's a lot of things going on my record, in my life, so much things going on, and I want a body, and he's gonna be the body? He looks way more vicious in this, guys. How he's saying it, he looks way more with more intent compared to the interview I just shown you. But I am seeing small glimpses of it in the other interview. Let me just carry on.
That's gonna rub a lot of people the wrong way, man. Are you sure we're talking about lethal, like a death certificate in the ring?
We get paid for this. This is what we do. We get paid for this. We sign up for this.
So just to explain, guys, for those of you who don't know what he's saying, he's saying he wants a body on his record, which means he wants to kill someone in the boxing ring. And he said this 6 years ago about Stavine. He wants to have a guy on his record that's dead. He wants to basically kill them. Now, I'm not gonna go into that, guys, in this video on how he's saying it, but for me, the way I'm going to look at it is just from a performance standpoint of view. It's a killer's mindset, guys. Now, I know it's controversial on what he's saying. Do I agree with that? I personally agree with taking someone's life. But what I would say, the mindset, it probably would help him in the ring. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what made Deontay Wilder the killer he is. So he was saying that back then 6 years ago. And obviously he's brought it up in the new interview. I will compare it again, but just I want to hear what else he says. But it's, for me, this whole interview is very vicious, very intentional, and he's playing no games, guys, no games.
So whatever happened in the ring happens. He say he gonna kill me, and I say I'm gonna kill him. So may the best man win on the killing. And I guarantee you it's gonna be me. We done heard him before. We done heard what he promised to the people, and nothing was fulfilled. But you done heard every word that I said. You done heard what he said I would do. And all has been fulfilled. Only thing that wasn't fulfilled was me knocking him out. But this time, I'm gonna promise y'all that. This time it's gonna be more than a knockout. I'm taking him.
Do you understand what I'm saying now, guys? When I've just showed you this whole interview, the previous one, and look at the mindset he was back then. It's like a totally different person, guys. And that's probably been seeped out of Wilder's soul and spirit, and that's probably affecting his performances, in my opinion. Now, he had a one knockout against Helenius, guys, but again, Wilder has not been active, guys. That fight was a long time ago. I think it was 2020 or 2021. And that's all he's had since the Fury fight. And maybe that's the reason. But you can see the mindset is way different.
I'm the Reaper. I'm taking him. And it just got that serious.
Radio Raheem.
In this interview, guys, the guy was a killer. Now, again, I've got a few other interviews on the show, but it just looks not the same, in my opinion, guys. So, as he was saying in this video, he wants a body on his record. He still seems a little bit too passive in my eyes. He still seems a little bit... That killer, I don't know if that killer's in him, guys, anymore. I think it's just been drained out of him. He's older now. He's been through a lot. He's got more wisdom. I don't know if that same Wilder's in him anymore. This could be the factor, guys, why Wilder loses this fight, in my opinion. That unless he brings that back, it's not going to end well for Wilder, in my opinion.
Working with people that want to see that monster, that want to see that killer, that won't judge me for saying I want to kill a man and put him on my record, like the world has done me, you know, for their own various of reasons. But to be able to be with people like that and say, I want you yourself, I want you to bring that back, and everybody else want to see it back now. Yeah. How I run it, that's just like...
It just looks like that version of the Wilder was in the past. It's going to be very difficult for him to bring that back. Just by looking at his eyes, man, it just doesn't have the same sort of killer instinct in him. It's almost like a puppy dog, guys. It's like when a dog's been nurtured. It's when you nurture a dog, guys. You take a male dog, you nurture him, guys, and all his testosterone, and it's gone out of him, guys. It's been seeped out of him. It's like a puppy dog now, guys. It's gonna be a nice little cuddly toy. It's not a pit bull anymore. This is what Wilder's reminding me of now. He's trying to bring that pit bull back, but guys, once you've been nurtured, I don't think you can get unnurtured. I might be wrong, but I don't know, guys. I can't see a side where Wilder's trying to bring that body and his record stuff back. But again, I just think right now, mindset-wise, he's been puppy dogged. He's been puppy dogged and he's late in his career. I hope he does bring that killer back. I hope he doesn't kill Zang. I don't want him to kill Zang, but knock him out at least. I would like to see that, but it's hard to say right now. If he's been truthful and he's been in that lab and he's been working on himself, then yeah, it can be a process before he's in that mindset. Obviously, the hair's been growing out. That's the only thing I can look at. The eyes don't look there, and what he's saying, some of it makes sense. It's spiteful, but guys, from the video I just showed you 6 years ago, it just looks like a different Deontay Wilder.
To bring that, give me that green light and say, we want that killer back. Man, it's like the icing on the cake.
See, again, I do like some of the stuff he's saying. It does have some of the elements of a killer in him, but it's hard to say, guys. It's very difficult to say. Is it enough for him to beat Zang? If he has, even my opinion, even if he brings in about 30-40% of that killer into him, he'll beat Zang with the correct mindset. But if his mindset is not there, guys, Wilder's finished, man. Okay, I'm not going to go through the rest of it. He said this before, but he's trying to speak with a little bit of spite. And guys, I just want to show you now a comparison. So I'm going to show you 2 more interviews, guys, about how Wilder was before the Fury fight and how he is now, guys. It's just a totally different person, guys. It's just not the same character anymore. And I've just looked at this, guys, in thorough detail, and it's actually very, very, I don't want to say shocking, but I'm happy for Wilder is in a peaceful place. But guys, just listen to this interview now and look at the type of things the Wilder was used to be like, and compared to how he is now. Look at the eyes, look at everything, guys. It just looks like a puppy dog that's been neutered, and he's lost his killer instinct. So I'm going to show you an interview, guys. This was back from 5 years ago. I think this is the first or second Tyson Fury fight. I think it was the first one. But just look at the difference, guys, in what he's saying.
Because he has a British accent. Get the fuck out of here. Because if I was the one doing it, they'll call me a drug addict. They'll call me somebody that abused my body. They'll call me probably a terrorist. It's just I come from a different world. I ain't hearing that. But it's time. Everything he says, I'm gonna hold it against him. I can be the judge in the ring. Everybody that comes with him, they can't speak for him. They can talk that shit, but when they come in the ring, it's only me and him. He can have 4 trainers. I don't give a fuck who he got in his corner. He can have the best of the best trainers in the corner. They can't fight for him.
Just notice how ruthless and straight up Wilder was. He's almost like I'm not going to compare him to Mike Tyson, but when Mike Tyson was in his prime and he was killing everyone, Mike Tyson was on that I'll eat your kids, want to eat your children vibe. Mike Tyson's said some mad speeches over the years. He's bit people's ears off. That's the killer's mind you need. Look at Wilder in this interview, and obviously watch how he looks in the most recent interview. The guy's just been drained. He's been seeped of, I don't know. He's lost his killer instinct. In my opinion, he shouldn't be boxing right now, because it could end very badly for Wilder if he doesn't have this side in him.
They can't teach him nothing that is going to be able to prepare for me, because I'm I'm one of a kind. Y'all don't understand, man.
Tyson said that he's got the power to knock you out.
Come on, man. Who the last person you seen him knock out?
Been a while.
All right, then. So we don't believe him. What he says, we don't believe. But what I say, you better take it. You better take it to the bank, because I don't play around in this sport, man.
I think Fury literally killed him, guys. He took all this energy he had, and Fury, all this pizzazz and all this thing he had. This is the killer that Wilder was. Fury didn't seep it out of him one fight. He seeped it out of him over 3 fights, guys. It drained Wilder. Wilder will never be the same. I don't think he will ever be the same. But just the eyes, they look normal, guys. There's no eye bags under the eyes. It's just normal eyes. Obviously, he's wearing glasses, so we can't see. But you can tell there's no second guessing himself. He knows himself. He knows he knows his abilities, and he doesn't look off here, guys. He looks how we want Wilder to be.
It's time for it to happen, to everything to come out. I feel it, bro. You can't feel the power.
Deontay.
Energy. Oh,
Deontay.
goodness.
Radio Raheem. Listen, man.
Just watch this bit, guys, where this is the classic till this day. Till this day. This is an iconic moment for Wilder, but I just want to show you this is what Wilder was like before, and look at him now after.
You said that your people have been fighting for 400 years.
Man, your peoples too.
So I just want you to explain what you mean by that.
You know what I'm talking about. Y'all all know what I'm talking about, man. Don't sit up here and try to bait and not know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what the fuck I talk about when I say these things. Your people too.
Explain it. Not everybody knows what you're talking about.
Radio Raheem, I don't have to explain what's understood, man. You know what I mean by that. You know what I said by that. I ain't got to go further. And if anybody don't understand that, then God be with them. Go look up the history. Go look up the history. Shit, don't.
Look at Shelly Finkel in the background like, fuck, man, I don't want to be here.
Everybody believe in Google? Go Google that shit. See what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, man. You know what. I dare you to sit up there and say, explain. You know what I'm talking about, man. He's fighting people. You know we've been fighting 400 and still fighting to this day.
Look at the killer, guys, in the eyes. Look at the killer in his eyes. Straight in Radio Raheem's face till this day. This is the Wilder that we want, guys. I don't know if he exists anymore, man. Till this day.
To this day.
Till this day. Look at the eyes, guys. Look at the eyes. There is no doubt in this guy's soul. I'm not talking about what he's saying. I don't really care what he's saying. I'm just talking about the mindset. This is a prime Wilder. And I will show you the next video, guys.
To this day.
3 till these days in a row, guys. Look at the eyes. Just look at those eyes, guys. I want to watch it one more time. One more time.
Up the history. Go look up the history. Shit, don't everybody believe in Google? Go Google that shit. See what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, man. You know what. I dare you to sit up there and say, explain. You know what I'm talking about, man. He's fighting people. You know we've been fighting 400 and still fighting to this day.
Guys, the eyes say everything. This was a killer. This was a different person, guys.
To this day.
Till this day. Guys, I can't get over the eyes. The eyes here was a total different Wilder.
To this day.
3 times.
You just sit here, you don't know what I'm talking about? Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go. Come on, let's go, man.
That was the interview finished, guys. That was the interview finished. Now, guys, I want to show you one more interview here. As I said, just by me showing you that interview, I'm not going to go through this again. Just look at the demeanor of Wilder these days. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm happy for him, guys. Maybe he was a bit angry back then. Maybe he had demons he had to confront. But the problem is, guys, that killer is what made Wilder Wilder. You can't be this happy, jolly guy and kill people in the ring. You can't say you want to take someone's body, you want a body in your record and be this killer, like a nicey guy. I don't see Wilder even having a remote amount of what he just showed in that video. He's showing so many levels of spitefulness, but guys, it's not enough for me now. I just want to compare that to another interview, guys. I want you to watch this video and watch how passive and laid back Wilder is. Like, he's almost like he doesn't want to be here anymore. He's just coming down for a payday or something.
It's part of it.
Again, guys, looking down, doesn't want to talk too much. Is a part of it. Let's just carry on.
Thank you so much.
It's part of it, you know.
Dion.
For me, guys, it looks like a guy who's found peace in his life, but he needs to retire, man, because if you haven't got that killer in you, you're fighting a guy called Zang, and that Zang can bang. He'll probably bang harder than Joseph Parker, and you're a type of fighter who doesn't box. Zang may bang Wilder in this fight unless he has a killer in him. Because so far, guys, it just looks like he's in a peaceful state. He just doesn't show the same signs of the old Wilder.
This is the part where, you know, you get bored at times because you can be so antsy, but, you know, I'll be back. It feels good to be around the box and talk and being able to say what you want to say and predict certain things, whatever, so that they can bag your word up when it's time for the actual fight to happen. So, you know.
For me, guys, it just looks like, guys, he's not really interested anymore. He just may be coming down for a payday. The eyes, there's no killer in this guy anymore, guys. He's letting the hair grow out a little bit. But I don't know if he's got it in him to go on that Joshua type of dark room theory, that retreat that he needs to do. I don't know, maybe again, and I might be looking too much into it, but from what I'm seeing, guys, it just doesn't look.
It's been good.
It doesn't look the same.
Always good to see my opponent, look him in his eyes, and to get a little read on him and go from there. I know, you know.
Again, guys, like, as I said, man, he looks like a lot. He's got a lot of peace in his life. I remember when he lost to Joseph Parker, he wasn't even upset. He had an interview at the end of the fight, and he was almost happy that he lost.
And I'm a happy fighter. You know what I'm saying? We go in here and do what we do, and we go home and leave and spread love to the family and all our loved ones, and on to the next. I'm a warrior, so I'll be back soon. And if not, then it's been an enjoyment. It's been a pleasure, and I appreciate everybody for the love and the support that they've been giving me for over the years.
Do you still have that same fire you used to?
I don't know. A lot has calmed me down. I've done ayahuasca. I've been in rhythmia and done ayahuasca. I've found a lot of peace in my life. I found a lot of happiness in my life. I've been wearing this smile all week long, and I'm going to still wear it. Win, lose, or draw, I'm going to wear my smile all week long because I'm blessed and I'm highly favored. And I don't think nothing can stop me on that, you know what I mean? That's what it's all about, being a warrior, going in and giving it all you got.
He wasn't really annoyed that he lost. He was okay with it, and that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that if you're at that stage in your life where, look, you know yourself, you don't want to be in boxing. But guys, the thing is here, if he's trying to say I want to body my record against Zhang, please don't fake that. Don't fake that, Wilder. If that Wilder's coming back, great. I'd love to have him, but this interview is behind the scenes, guys. This is an elevator. And he's not showing those signs. So is he putting a show? Is he just doing all these little things he said in that last interview for show? He looks even more passive in this interview.
Sometimes, as you go through life brings about changes, and this is the change. And here where we are, it's just called the growth in human being, being a human being. You learn how to, even if you don't like a person, you learn how to deal with them throughout life. You learn how to deal with them through business, and you learn how to coexist with them.
Just lastly, Deontay, do you think you get rid of Zhilei Zhang early?
Early, I mean, that's, I don't know, I'm going in to do what I know to do. I've got the green light to be who I want to be, who I am. They want the bronze for my back. So when you have that ultimate animal to come in and really open up, bam, baby, good night. That could be early or late.
Guys, in my opinion, from what I'm seeing now, he just I think that he may be putting an act on, guys. I think this might be the end of Deontay Wilder. Unless in the next month or two he completely switches and his mindset's in killer mode, I think he's going to struggle against Zang. Now, I want him to knock Zang out. I hope he does it, but from what he's saying here, he goes, they want me to bring that old Deontay Wilder back. But is that something that you can just flick a switch on and bring it back? I think you need to mentally go to certain places to bring that back. I don't know if Deontay Wilder's ready for it, if I'm being honest. He looks very passive compared to the interviews I showed you guys. He just doesn't look the same, man, anymore.
I'm not going to really do a prediction, but just be there to see.
I will be. Thank you, Deontay. God bless.
You let me know your thoughts, man. Do you think Deontay Wilder is going to be back, guys? Is a killer Deontay Wilder back, the one that wants a body on his record? Or is he just putting a front on? Again, guys, for me, I can't get over the eyes. The eyes never lie, in my opinion. The eyes never lie. I could be wrong, totally. If Deontay Wilder is actually doing what he needs to do, maybe tired for this interview, he might just want to go home, and he's actually putting the work in, his mindset's right, then I could be wrong, because there are small elements, as I said, guys, in this interview where I have seen some spitefulness. But guys, nothing compared to how he was 5 or 6 years ago. It's not even close. It's not even close. But again, these are just interviews. How you perform in the ring could be totally different. I hope we see the Wilder again. I hope we see that killer back. But again, if he doesn't bring that killer, guys, and he's that passive Wilder that it was against Joseph Parker, say goodnight to Wilder, guys. But if he brings that killer back, I believe you can knock out Zhilei Zhang. If Prime Wilder was here, I don't think Zhilei Zhang's any problem for Wilder at all. But without that prime Wilder, we won't know until he gets the ring. So I do hope the old Wilder can come back, but that's only because I want to see the AJ fight versus Wilder. But I do want to see a better Wilder before I see that. I don't want to see like a nurtured Wilder who's out of it, who's only doing it for the money, and his heart's not in it, and his heart's not in it anymore. I want to see a proper primed Wilder come back. So let's see what happens, guys. Leave your thoughts below, and I'll catch you in the next one.